And now, the meme of the day in E minor by C. Spadinner.
Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, what is the best episode of Season 9? SpongeBob Aquaman. As funny and dramatic is refined SpongeBob Aquaman. What made Wiz go insane? SpongeBob Aquaman. The biggest calc feat for your brain. SpongeBob Aquaman. SpongeBob Aquaman. SpongeBob Aquaman. SpongeBob Aquaman. SpongeBob Aquaman. Ya da 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 da.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Lads Discuss Death Battle. I am your only mate doing an impression of Billy McCarthy. I don't know if this is any good, but fuck it. And
You're the only British person in the room. You'll fit right in.
Holy shit, we got a stranger here.
That's right.
Yep, joining us today is Torok.
Hello, you beautiful nerds of the world. I don't even care if it was my turn or not.
Screw it. Like, this is the screw it episode.
I mean, to be fair, there is a joke you can make about it being an interrupting cow.
Anyway, you also heard Fireball introduce himself.
Back.
Yep. And, of course, is Sean.
Hooray! The eldest person of the podcast gets introduced last. Great idea, everybody.
You're the elder?
Oh, that's just society.
I mean, technically, what I mean by that is I've been around since Sindel versus Black Canary. That's what I meant by that.
Oh.
Alright,
Okay.
so, a couple death battles came out. Well, no, just one.
One.
Sorry.
Just one.
No,
I think we're gonna talk about a couple.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a couple. One that came out and one that's coming out.
Yes.
And a few that are on some lists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's start off by talking about Jason Vorhees versus Michael Myers.
Oh, God.
After years of waiting, it finally happened.
You know, fun fact, I just learned, like, not so long ago, that, you know, the chi-chi-chi ha-ha-ha, that was never the intention. That was actually, that's actually Jason's mother whispering to him, kill, 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 all.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing something about that.
I think that was the case.
And I gotta say, that bitch has to articulate, because she confused an entire generation, my dudes.
Yeah.
Was it worth the wait with all the legal issues with Jason though? Is the real question.
Find out.
Yeah, so they did a little something different with this episode. They actually, they brought the cast to a different location, did like a campfire horror story setting.
Yeah.
And
This
I
was
like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, this was, in my opinion, this was really the best touch they could give to this matchup, because Jason versus Michael ironically was a matchup that I really wanted to see, and it just hits so many of the good spots for me. But I think I'll discuss it a little bit more as we go more in depth. Sorry.
I like that idea, honestly. It's like a campfire story, and as it goes on, we lose more and more of our cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just... Oh, suddenly Dummy's gone. Oh, now Ringmaster's gone. Now Jocelyn. Oh god, what's happening?
And also, apparently,
Jocelyn,
Wiz has apparently... Yeah, with Jocelyn it was shocking. But Wiz apparently has a built-in flashlight in his hand.
Yeah, new ability. That's definitely gonna change the... That's gonna change the debate of Wiz versus Boomstick, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he could shine it in Boomstick's eye and blind him.
I mean, Boomstick already blinded himself. Like, I think he got back. He got right back up.
He didn't get right back up, it hurt him a bit, so hey, that's an exploit.
I guess it's true.
For every death metal that releases, we just gotta talk about the advantages of Wiz versus Boomstick.
And
That could be a fun Let's Discuss episode. I'm just pitching.
I mean, maybe. But, anyway, so not a whole lot of numbers are given in either analysis. Like, they don't say, oh, this explosion was this many tons of TNT, or, oh, they did this, which is this fast. Or
Yeah,
like that.
I honestly would have loved to see the math on the explosions, at least one of them. That would have been like...
I think, to be fair, with horror movies, it's a lot different because of what they use to make the explosion, so it would kind of alter the math quite a bit.
Yeah, plus they said that
True.
the explosions were pretty similar, so I guess I didn't really need to.
True, but at least like one of them to throw you off a little bit, you know, to just tell you, oh, maybe the one they're hiding is bigger or something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
it won't be the first time they've done that.
Yeah.
I mean, they try to make it even between these two because, you know, it really kind of is when you look down to it.
Yes.
Ultimately, spoiler alert: Jason wins.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Like, who would have fucking thought that the guy who is basically Michael Myers but more unkillable would win this fight? Who would have guessed?
I just gotta say this, speaking of Jason, that my favorite segment of the analysis was just Dummy being mind blown on the fact that he proved Boomstick was right, that Jason could teleport.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks, Jason X.
There's a YouTube channel called Film Theory, and they've done a video on that. Actually,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think I've heard about this once or twice.
Wiz tried his hardest to like disprove of it, but I like how Wiz didn't even argue that Michael couldn't teleport.
I think he was already, he knew he couldn't win the first time, so I think he just didn't want to bring this up.
Yeah, and then in the end, it didn't matter anyway. So it was just like, well, I mean, they both might be able to, so it's not going to be much of a factor.
Yeah, they both have the debate: can they teleport? Can they not? So I don't think it's that much of a factor.
Nah.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. And then, of course, like, during also the analysis, Jocelyn just being like, okay, this Thorn logo is stupid.
Because it kind of is.
Yes, let's draw a straight line and then a triangle in the middle. Perfect! The Cult of Thorn.
Which is also
Yeah.
4.
I heard that movie is the worst Jason movie.
Michael. Curse of
Oh,
Thorn
a
was a
Michael
Michael movie.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm a Jason guy. You know what Jason movies are.
Sorry. But yeah, I heard it is the worst Michael movie.
It's just like, kind of want that switch that Ringmaster had, because it's just like whoever dragged them off didn't even want to switch. They were just like, nope, you're coming with me, cotton candy hair, man.
True, the fucking switch.
I also like how Ben was in terms of the voiceover at the end of the analyses.
Yeah, he legit
Yeah,
felt scared.
that they are legit scared. Yeah, I think I enjoy it when when Boomstick and Wiz have like different performances, like basically like SpongeBob versus Aquaman, where Wiz loses his absolute shit. Is the funniest thing I've heard from him in the entire show. Like just Boomstick casually, like, and let's not forget, of course it didn't forget. You know, when it's fucking crazy like that, this
Honestly,
gets me every time.
And
honestly,
there's,
this season,
and there's
like,
his, like... but could he beat this version? Have you been listening to anything I've been saying?
Have you been
Good
fucking
point.
listening?
Ben has been phenomenal this season, honestly.
Yeah, they get better and better every time.
Oh yeah,
So-
definitely. Shall we move on to the fight itself?
That fight, yeah, I think it's a good time.
Oh boy, we get to talk about... Okay, I want to bring this up because so many people were complaining that this wasn't live action. I don't think people understand quite the budget it would have taken to do this.
Yeah, as much, again, I really wanted this fight. It was it was a matchup that was in my most wanted list for a long time, and yeah, I get it would have been cool in live action and it would have worked in my opinion, but I understand I understand it completely. If it wasn't live action, it was gonna have to be 3D
Oh yeah.
Plus, like,
at the very
Even-
least.
you saw in, like, the analysis for Jason as well, like, the whole Kevin Bacon thing. Yeah, that scene actually went wrong, so they had to improvise. That's something that can also happen when it comes to live action series of horror movie characters.
Yeah, when you put real people with actual life in the play, it's a little hard to play. You can't really stab them to death to get the real impression. You have to tweak it around, and that's a bit more tricky.
And plus, you gotta get, like, stunt performers as well, not just, like, main actors.
Yeah, you gotta have twice the actors for
It's especially for Jason, because, like, you don't have Kane Hodder, so how are you supposed to get a good Jason?
True.
I mean, you don't have to be a good Jason. All you do is wear a mask, so...
I mean, you also have to be a big guy. You also have to be a good actor.
I guess that's true.
But, yeah, I think people need to understand that, like, there's a big budget when it comes to horror movies, and it would have been very difficult, even if it's just one fight scene, to get, like, all the makeup, the effects, the people. I think 3D was probably the safer route to go with, and
Yeah,
what we
probably.
got from Devil Artemis, honestly, it definitely showed a lot of love to Halloween, the holiday and the movie franchise.
And I would say even to the whole Slayer genre, because the whole slasher genre, sorry, with like they went the extra miles and added like victims or survivors or whatever, I don't know how to call them.
I will say I kind of agree with a complaint I've seen people have, but I also understand it in a way. And it's like, why does one of those kids get more screen time than Jason or Michael?
Exactly!
But at the same time, that's just how it works in slasher films anyway.
Yeah, that's a slasher. Would it really be a slasher movie if there wasn't just a teenager that gets all the focus, even though the more enjoyable part is the killer?
Hey.
So
It's just the voice performances as well for the campers. I know Noel Wiggins came back as one of them, and that was fun to hear.
yeah. Plus, my dream scenario. If I was in charge, I honestly would have made the fight purely on this person's perspective through the whole fight, and Jason and Michaels would just hunt the guy. So I would have done the same.
It's funny though that, like, towards that later half, they fight over who gets to kill this guy.
And when
Yes,
it was Jason,
Jason killed the guy and Michael killed the girl in the beginning.
yeah, they both get a kill.
And then Jason gets one more.
True.
Screw you, Shape. There's only room for one horror movie villain here. He's a mama's boy.
There was actually a detail that I noticed, like, somehow on my first watch that I want to call out. When that guy, I think his name in the credits is Alex, is running away from Michael after he gets hit with that axe. Which...
the Alex is the girl, I think.
Oh yeah, no,
guy...
no, it's a Sam. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
He runs past the tree where Jason was pinned up. You can just see the knife still in it.
Shit, I didn't notice. I need to watch that, actually.
Instead of doing the smart thing of pulling the knife out, Jason was just like, I'm gonna push myself against the tree and do it that way.
Or he teleported out of it, who knows?
Yeah. But the fun... I mean, Jason getting out of the tree is a thing, but why would the guy go back to that place? He knows there was the killer there.
I mean, he's gonna get to the car.
Oh, when he gets to the car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he went back. Okay. Makes sense. Makes more. I thought it was when he ran past the axe.
Oh no! If anything, he should have picked the axe up. It was just like, I mean.
Yeah, but that would have been a smart move.
Yeah.
We're in a slasher movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and people in horror movies are idiots.
Yeah.
There you go.
I also just really like that scene where Michael's just stabbing Jason to the tree repeatedly.
Is it me, or does it have a slight desync when Michael stabs Jason repeatedly? That's something I noticed when I watched this the first time, and then I went back and it was still there. That there's a delay between the sound and when Michael actually stabs Jason.
There might be.
Yeah, because I hear the check before Michael stabs Jason, but that might be just me. But I don't know. It's always
Speaking of jank, I noticed a bit of jank with the walking animation from the killers.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
The whole running and walking animation is very wonky. It's God, that scene from that scene when the guy gets to the car. I don't know why.
He opens the door and he just falls over.
Yeah, when Jason went GTA on his ass. I don't know why I felt like it was animated, like one of those weird mobile ads. You know, the ones. It felt really stiffy and really it was really wonky.
Oh yeah.
The animation overall. So.
One more thing I want to say is ending felt pretty underwhelming to me.
The death itself, or just the way they ended the whole thing?
The whole ending.
I think that shot where Jason's just walking away is lingered on a bit too long.
Yeah, I honestly thought there was gonna be a final twist that Michael is like, oh, I replaced the guy. It was actually a fake guy. I'm still here, but no. Okay.
Yeah. It was a pretty neat death, though. Decapitation, and then Jason just splits his head in two.
Yeah, just slams it against the tombstone.
That was good.
It wasn't even just that. It was impale him with the machete, slam an axe into his skull, then cut his head off, then split in two.
No, then remove the knife he had in his brain, and then cut his head with it.
It's like, I think you got him.
People were looking for a brutal death from this one. I think they got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been gorier, but
yeah.
Don't exactly know how. Because it's still fucking Jason and Michael we're talking about. There should have been some. I don't know. Maybe cut the guy in half or something. I don't know. There was a little bit more guts we could have seen.
We'll say, definitely in defense of this animation, as I was saying earlier, it showed love to the Halloween franchise. Like, the beginning shot is from the first movie, and then replicate one of the kills that Michael has where he hangs somebody with his knife, and he just stares at it.
I like that.
Like, huh? I made art. I'm a hibachi chef of death.
He was like, "Damn, guy, you look good."
He's all, this isn't something you just do. It's art right there.
You know, he's making a frame with his fingers. You know, he's like, "Damn, I can sell this." NFT that bastard.
I want to say this as well, real quick.
Oh.
Why? Yeah, I thought Jason was evil. No, Torok has to be the evil one.
Yeah, I'm a cruel being, but you know what? It's Michael who intends to make NFTs. Therefore, he was evil incarnate. You know, he is the evil incarnate after all. So he would make NFTs.
There's a good reason he's called the Boogeyman.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember my reaction, because mate, we brought this up, talking about the outcome real quick. That whole possession thing and everything.
Oh yeah, that didn't come up.
Work.
Yeah, they didn't brought it up. They didn't brought it up.
There was a black box saying why they didn't bring it up, because that was a thing only in Jason Goes to Hell, and because there were sequels after that movie, it was retconned, so they wouldn't count that.
Oh, that's fair.
Plus, I've heard it from a friend who actually watched this damn movie, and I think his possession is when you wear his mask.
Oh.
So I don't think Michael would do that.
Okay, well that's bad.
Fucking weird.
So that's a bad sign for me then, if you've seen my reaction.
How it worked in that movie was there was a corner guy, and Jason's heart was beating, so he ate it and then was possessed by Jason.
Oh.
Ew.
I saw that. I saw the movie.
And it's just,
Okay.
I remember specifically in the analysis, the only reason I stuck with Jason was because they showed Michael on fire. He got rendered a comatose, whereas Jason was on fire and killed and still.
Yeah, that's a pretty distinct difference between
Yeah.
the two. It's really all about endurance.
Yeah, which Jason had in spades.
Mm-hmm. Okay, speaking of the movies, my favorite movie, Jason movie, is Jason X, and I thought that that upgraded Jason character was known as Jason X. Then it was revealed that it was actually called what is it?
Uber Jason.
Uber Jason. And
Yo,
that sounds stupid. That's a stupid name.
I mean, imagine if Uber Jason was in this animation though somehow.
Oh,
I
God.
honestly don't know how they would have brought it up.
I mean, Michael's blown off heads before, so that was a kill he could have done to Jason. Walks away, Jason starts performing from nanomachines.
Or it could have just been one of them kills Michael, then Jason and Uber Jason start fighting.
You know, it's the.
Oh God.
It would have been cool if it was a tie, but I imagine the Metal Gear Revengeance scene. Why won't you die, nanomachines? But they don't speak.
Michael just stabbing Jason with that standing here. I realized. That
Yeah, there you go. That's the meme of the day. That's the meme of the day. Michael Myers repeatedly stabbing him, and it's like standing
okay.
here.
You know what? That's the next
someone
one.
make that. If someone
Definitely.
make that. Yeah, but animation was okay. But we do have a quote from Mr. Billy actually about what he thought of the animation. Mate, do you want me to read this one?
Go for it.
Go for it. Let's go.
For it.
Oh lads, since I won't be available for the next podcast, I'll share my thoughts on this episode and the next time. Fight was very underwhelming, and the animation was probably worse than Spider-Gwen vs. Batgirl. Hey Bobby, today at 4:09 a.m.
I wouldn't say it was worse than
I wouldn't go that far, honest.
In a way, I agree, but also disagree.
I would,
Yeah.
I would compare this as the Akuma versus Shao Kahn of this season, where compared to everything, it was a bit underwhelming. I agree. It was the animation was stiffy. Again, mobile ad.
It's it is like a Akuma vs. Shao Kahn in a sense because It is fun if you know a lot of the references to like their combos and everything. Whereas with this, if you know their movies, you'll get the references they put in this animation.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the plus that the Jason versus Michael has, because Akuma versus Shao Kahn didn't have references much.
I heard it did.
But more so to their combos in their game, honestly.
Some of them and some quotes, like Shao Kahn was a walking catchphrase, but shit. It's one of those fights where, yeah, they're enjoyable the first time, but then you look a little bit more into it and you see all the wrong details and you start to like it a lot less, in my opinion.
The flaws.
Yeah, you see there's way too much flaws. There's the guy, my god. You know the guy who gets chased by Michael? He has one of those fucking faces that, yeah. Well, when he looks around and just before Michael attacks him in the back with an axe.
Yeah, I saw that.
He has this fucking comedy mask, which is the smiling one and the frowning one. that was literally that.
It's always just he does what he wants.
There we go.
I think though, we got a voice for Pamela Voorhees, which I like that performance. I thought it was a nice touch to have.
Oh yeah,
it was good. Yeah.
And then something I learned on Twitter last night, talking about the soundtrack, and they do that little like chanting for "kill, kill, kill, all" thing. That was actually Darewolf himself doing it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Oh, okay. Right.
I mean, look, I get people don't like the name and like the cover of it.
Okay,
soundtrack...
I'll comment on that. The name and cover art for this track just suck.
Yeah.
I actually like the reference.
I think it would have been better.
Thank God it's Halloween.
I think it would have been better if they would have taken like a jack-o'-lantern, but instead of having Michael with his knife, like it is in the movie, it's Jason and his machete.
Oh, the track arts, yeah. The arts is the arts is okay, I guess. I guess 13th Halloween was already taken.
Yeah,
and it's just like the soundtrack itself. I like the soundtrack for this one. It definitely fit the atmosphere pretty well.
Yeah, which is like the job for the soundtrack.
Of course.
Yeah, I would say though this is one of those tracks that like fits the fights more than you would listen to it like on a regular basis. Like I'm not putting this on my playlist for example.
Right.
It fits more of the match more than you just listen to it for the kick of it.
Yeah. I think, you know, what there's not a lot in the fight for some people. The analysis portions definitely make up for it.
Oh, hell
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, honestly. Even though I felt I don't know, I feel like they could talk a little bit more about each Jason versus Michael, kind of like what they did with Omni-Man versus Homelander, where like it feels short because at the end of the day they didn't talk about much. But I don't know if it's just on me who has this impression.
I think it's like that just because, you know, we were talking about it earlier. The fact there's not like numbers they brought up for them.
Yeah, there's that, but I don't know, just story-wise. Also,
I have a question, by the way. At the end of that post announced, who the is standing right behind them?
I think it's supposed to be Jason because you hear the like.
Yeah, but he looks fucking weird. Have you seen that jaw?
Yeah.
My theory, it's Boomstick's dad. We are launching the debate again.
Wait, so you're saying that's Sarge?
No.
It is Boomstick's dad again. He wanted to watch his son, and he just went back.
Fireball had a theory actually on what he thought it was.
Yeah. My guess is that it is character for the next Halloween death battle.
Oh.
Huh? Honestly, the only character I can think with a jawline like that would be Terminator, but or something with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
Oh god, Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Sylvester Stallone.
oh god,
It's happening!
is it time? Is it time?
Oh my lord.
Is it time for this? Holy shit.
Oh god. I mean, I do want to ask Fireball this real quick because you were really looking forward to this episode, especially for Jason. As a Jason fan, do you think it was a good episode for Jason?
The analysis was great for him. No complaints there. As I mentioned before, the animation felt pretty janky. The ending felt like very underwhelming. But I do appreciate the effort, though.
What really matters to me is this, just that I have fun with this episode.
Yeah, I think
Even
that's-
if it's
that's
like really dumb
important.
stuff, like in my reaction, when Michael appears behind that guy with the axe, I just go, "Hi, how are you?"
Hi, how are you?
That made me laugh
honestly-
too much.
Honestly, I was too. I had way too much apprehension for a jump scare that I couldn't say anything.
Yeah,
I was afraid to say anything. If you've seen my reaction of Jason versus Myers,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
with
got-
you and
you-
Pookie.
yes, with Pookie.
Pookie and your little blanket. Oh my
In the
god.
little
that's
thing.
perfect.
Yeah, that was so fucking perfect because when I saw they were doing like a campfire bedtime story, I was like, yeah, let's go. I didn't even plan this.
I think overall this was a really fun episode. Probably one of the best analysis of the season, and definitely pays a lot of homage to the franchises.
Yeah, that sums it up. That was a
Yeah.
my summary is that was awesome. Never do that again. Never
does
do
not
that
wanna-
again.
Brock
I
does
do
not
not
want to be
want
scared
those-
again.
No.
We can can the Halloween idea.
That being said, I have to thank Death Battle for not implementing jump scare because that's a very easy trope to use.
Oh, yeah, May, you would know about that, Mr. Jumpscare and his reaction.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about, Mister? I put a fucking horrific shit in your own reaction.
I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about what we did with the last podcast, though. That might be it.
Oh, like, when I saw that, I was like, "Fuck you, Billy."